You are a little more eager than usual to get into the holiday spirit. Well, you are not alone.
And given all that is going on in the world right now, it takes a toll, whether you're directly affected or not, leading many to look for some kind of distraction. And joining us to discuss is psychiatrist Dr. On the show, we talked about just how many clients of yours were coming in and feeling this heaviness about global affairs and what was going on in the world. Are you at all surprised to hear that people are looking toward the holidays, looking to put up decorations, looking to do other things to get their mind off what is happening?
Absolutely. I think that...
Doctor, there's actually research to support this, right? That when we look at the process of annual traditions or rituals, that they actually can help to alleviate grief and elevate our mood?
Yes, absolutely. There's a little bit of emerging research and some research that's been done to show...
And because there could be people listening now and just going, well, no, don't distract yourself. We need to pay attention to what's going on. Or there could be others that feel guilty doing other things and finding joy in other places. But what I want us to talk about a little more is that if you do find yourself overwhelmed, it is important to take breaks for your own mental health.
During COVID?
I think that's when it started. I think it started because everyone was at home, not much to do. And as I said, I think it also gives people a sense of...
Finally, the correlation between mood and behavior, because people could go, mood, like, oh, so it's going to, you know, it's going to help my mood.
Right.
And slough that off. But talk to us about the link between mood and behavior.
So there are many schools of psychotherapy and psychological things to help people change their behaviors so that they change their moods.
All right. Well, as we mentioned, this is a continuing conversation here on the show. Dr. Dolphin, we always appreciate your input and thanks.
Footwear first.
Yeah, exactly. So just behind you there, I have a pair of winter running shoes. So what makes something a winter running shoe is really the treads, the shoulders and the chest. So a great exercise that I like, which is going to work all of those muscles, is just a little bit of a side step. So you're taking the band, crossing it in front of you, elbows up at shoulder height. And yes, you can flex if you'd like. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take a step to the left, maybe 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, keeping the bands up. So you want to make sure your hands are at shoulder level, elbows at shoulder level as well, and you're just doing a side step. So what I'm working here is I'm working the outer muscles in my thigh, which are important for stability, as well as the sides.
Can we bend our knees a bit?
You can bend your knees slightly, as long as you don't have any knee pain. That's just going to activate your glutes a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I feel that.
Did I already
right
be
now.
winded?
Not exactly.
Oh,
not exactly, no. And then another one I like is we'll keep with the bands because they're great for upper body, is you just want to have the bands where your hands just about shoulder width apart.
Yep.
And again, we're going to combine upper and lower body. So we take a lunge forward, and then we're just opening the band as much as we can and coming back between the shoulder blades. Even things like raking or shoveling, you really need to make sure the upper back muscles are warmed up, because if you're doing a lot of lifting, they're going to be working.
Gotcha. So, all right. What else do we need to know? I think we should probably talk about falling a little bit, right? Because unfortunately, icy conditions, that does happen.
It does happen. Equipment that we can use. So we've got a Bosu ball here and a stability disc here. So what you can do is you want to make sure that you're training balance muscles. Very simple. Now on this one, this is quite bouncy, so just
okay, thank you.
Literally just standing onto the item right now that you have will help you just to engage some of those balance muscles. Yes, we can.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate the support, doctor.
Now at home, if you don't have, you can just do a light squat as low as you can, holding on to, balance and coming up. And again, it's just to help engage some of those balance muscles.
I can't do it with my eyes closed.
It is harder. It is a lot harder.
It is.
Yeah, it's because the muscles have to work a little bit more and coordinate without any visual cues.
Wow.
And then again, if you want to take it up just a little bit, you can put one leg in front, so one leg on the piece of equipment, hands up, and you're just doing like, and at home, if you don't have this, eyes closed, you can do a set of 10, switch legs to make sure you get both sides.
All right.
So when the sweat starts, you know you're ready to go.
Okay.
I'm too tired to go outside now.
Dr. Remy, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let me take a break right now. The CBC recently released a report that called into question the Indigenous roots of musician Buffy Sainte-Marie. Not only does this threaten the reputation of a cultural icon, it has also left Indigenous communities in disbelief.
Tanya Talaga is a journalist.
Good morning.
Okay, some members of the Indigenous community, they say they feel disillusioned regarding this entire controversy. First off, what was your reaction to this report by the CBC?
It was, I was so happy to meet her, and send this picture to my aunties and say, look, here she is, it's Buffy. So the news that her identity is being questioned is just devastating to us, to me.
The issue of identity has many layers. How to define it, each individual, I'm sure will have a different answer. Let's talk about the complexity of Buffy's background and what you think is important to consider.
You take on their culture, you become part of their culture, you become part of who they are. But
Response, because she has released a statement saying in part, quote, I may not know where I was born, but I know who I am. What do you make of that response?
well, she knows who she is, right?
Continue for sure. Also continuing, I know you have a book coming out next year on residential schools. Let's definitely have you back to talk about that. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break here on The Morning Show. Stay with us.